These lucky kids are headed down the Sugar Trail in search of a sweet surprise. And while most of us think of taking long hikes in the wilderness to calm down or relax, here's the story of one group that's taken nature walks to the extreme.
A new fringe sport known as geocaching has enthusiasts downloading coordinates off the internet onto portable GPS devices and heading out into the bush to find hidden containers. Some of these cachers, like Ottawa's Mendonca, have found thousands of these things. So the 25th Hour's Dave Brenton Brown hooked up with a group of these diehards to see firsthand the appeal in this modern-day treasure hunt. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name's Lib Mendonca, or Blue Lamb 03 if you're a geocacher. And geocaching is an active outdoor recreational activity. Essentially, somebody has hidden a lot of small containers. The coordinates for them are put on a website, geocaching.com. I take those coordinates, put them on a GPS, and then using the GPS, we hike these trails looking for the caches.
The group is diverse. Its members range from techies to police officers, from students to retirees. They meet every Saturday morning at 7 o'clock.
It's right there on top of that.
By that tree.
And you get to it from a trail that's up here, just behind us.
But there's a trail right on the edge, on the other side of that.
Yes, but this trail keeps on going down this way.
Most stumble into this obscure sport by chance.
When I got the GPS unit, it said this thing geocaching it, so I decided, being a geek, I had to find it out, so I looked it up on Google and discovered the game. Then did a little more searching on Google and found the group, posted a note and said if anybody was going out. And then the guy that kind of formed the geo mob, Mudlark, he said, why don't you come out with us? And that's kind of how I got into it, just like that. But the GPS was just because I get lost all the time. And I take it with me everywhere for that reason.
Some members cache solo during the week to boost their numbers. Steve Haynes is retired and has found more than 2,400 caches in 2 years, but he says it's not all about the competition.
Sun, snow, exercise, all the buds out here, traipsing around, laughing and joking all day, whatever. That's the goal of it. It's not about the numbers at all.
It's totally about the numbers. Numbers are a way to gauge not only your success, but your kind of triumphancy of the geocaching world, I guess, if that's a nice word for it. But he's definitely very competitive, and once he is gaining on somebody, you see how more competitive he gets as he goes out. Every day it's like he gets 6, and then 8, and then 10, and then super competitive.
I know the statistics of cachers in Ottawa and in Ontario and the rankings of everybody, whatever, but typically I don't have like anybody in my sights. Where's Liv?
Mendonca is the #1 geocacher in the city. He has over 3,000 finds in 4 years.
Over time, you collect a few things, mostly to do with my username, BlueLamb03. So there's a lot of blue lambs, obviously. What we have here is a scrapbook given to me as a present by fellow cachers Model 12 and Aldi, and it commemorates my 3,000th find. And there they are. There's Model 12 and Aldi. And all you have in here is all the photographs uploaded over all the years, all the memories.
Geocaching fever can be contagious, and Mendonca's family is showing symptoms.
The thing that appealed to both of us right from the beginning was that it was something that could be done outside, something that we could do as a family. The thing that appeals to me when we're doing it is that it takes you to places that you wouldn't otherwise go. And so, but Lib is also taking it, he really likes hikes and he really likes the challenge, so he does the more challenging caches.
Well, right now we're looking for a waypoint. Waypoint number 1 for this cache. It's a plaque, a historical plaque with a number of dates on it. We're going to use those dates to do some math with to get us the final coordinates for the cache. It's Friday night. It's cold, but we've just figured out where the container is hidden. We've got the coordinates for it, and I'm betting we can find it tonight despite the cold and the dark. Let's go. Now the GPS says it's here. So, where? Right there. Well, I've signed the logbook. My proof that I was here, and I didn't choose to leave anything behind. And now all I have to do is replace it back in spot for the next cacher to find. There.
GeoSquid, the local rep for the Ontario Geocaching Association, says the sport is growing.
Over the last 4 years, just in Ottawa, it's at least tripled, I'd say. I mean, I don't have hard numbers, I don't sit and count them, but there's definitely a lot more. We're seeing that in two ways. Here in Ottawa, we have it used to be semi-annual, now it's more of an annual event where we get all the geocaches together and kind of whip it up and have a special little geocaching party. And I would say attendance at that has way more than tripled in that time.
So the first screen that comes up is the satellite acquisition screen. Normally you need at least 4 satellites to get a good signal. It seems to be a blossoming sport. A couple of years ago you never really heard about it. You'd see occasional reference to it in media, but it definitely seems to be coming of age of late. We definitely have a lot more people coming in looking specifically for GPS units for it, and there's much more mention of it.
Back on the trail, the Geo mob closes in on a cache.
Grizzly. 400 meters. Who else is there? That's my regular show. Oh, U.S. Navy girl.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, it's more than just.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
For some, it's easy to get addicted to the chase.
Yeah, my wife actually told me at one point, you know, this was actually on our honeymoon. She did say I could bring my GPS with me. Now, I don't know if she thought that was a mistake, but she did at one point in time said it was geocaching or her, and I just whispered under my breath, well, I'm going to miss her.
The sport can be time-consuming, especially since many cachers, like Haynes, also hide their own caches and post the coordinates online. But they insist it's just a hobby.
No, it's not obsessed. It's just dedicated to the sport. And the sport is what you make of it. You can go out and find 2 or 3 a day, or you can go out and find 20 or 30 a day. It all depends on your attitude.
For the 25th hour, I'm Dave Brenton Brown.